ओम ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं कर्वावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। समस्तजनकल्याणि निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वासुदेवेन्द्र योगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते। We were on the topic of karma, so we will read that portion of karma in my book. It is on page 98. आप लोग देख लीजिए कौन से पेज पर है। निखिल कर्म ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मीति परोक्ष ज्ञानेन निखिल कर्म बंध विनिर्मुक्ता स्यात्। इसके बाद उस उस ज्ञान उस ज्ञानी के बारे में बोला जा रहा है कि व्हाट इज इट, ब्रह्मैवाहम अस्मि इति अपरोक्ष ज्ञानेन, दैट अपरोक्ष ज्ञान हैज टेकन प्लेस। व्हाट इज दैट अपरोक्ष ज्ञान? दैट अपरोक्ष ज्ञान दैट अहम ब्रह्म एव, that I am that Brahma only, that Gyan has been taken, that Gyan has taken place as Aparoksha Gyan, as the direct knowledge. Nikhil Karma Bandha Vinirmukta Syat, and that is why he is now free from all the bondages of all the actions. Sab karma se wo Nikhil Karma Bandha Vinirmukta Syat. Now, naturally, the next question again comes that what is this karma? Karmani, now we will read it. कर्माणि कति विधानि सन्ति इति चेत् आगामी संचित प्रारब्ध भेदेन त्रिविधानि सन्ति. So these karmas are, the question was put up that how many types of karma are there? So the answer given was that there are three types of karma: agami, sanchit, and prarabdha bhedena. There are three types of karma, that is agami, prarabdha, and sanchit. So now we will come to the agami karma. Agami karma, what does it mean? Jnanotpatti anantaram jnani deha kritam punya papa rupam karma yadasti tad agami iti abhidhiyate. ज्ञानोत्पत्ति अनंतरम यानी देहकृतम पुण्य पाप रूपम कर्म यदस्ति तत् आगामी इत्यभिधीयते. We are now just parking this agami karma. We will come to the next karma. This is the sanchit karma. We will read that out also. Sanchit karma. Sanchitam karma kim. Well, they are asking, the student is asking, what is sanchit karma? अनंत कोटि जन्मनां बीजभूतं सत् यत् कर्म जातं पूर्वार्जितं तिष्ठति तत् संचितं ज्ञेयम्. अनंत कोटि जन्मनां, these are endless These are endless, of the endless janma. There are so many, Ananta Koti Janmanam. Bij Bhutam, they are in the form of seeds that are lying. When was it created? We never know. It's endless. We have been taking births endlessly. So these are Ananta Koti Janmanam Bij Bhutam Sat Yat Karma Jatam. Karma Jatam means what? The fruit that is born out of those actions. Purvarjitam, that has been done before. Tishtati. Tishtati has got that stha dhatu. Tishtati, which is that is waiting for us, waiting for the time, right time to fructify. Stha dhatu. इसको हिंदी में बोलेंगे रुका हुआ है. वो रुका हुआ है स्था धातु गति निरोधने स्था धातु तिष्ठति तत् संचितम ज्ञेयम. So know those karmas as sanchitam. They are all a group there that has been gathered by us only in our previous births. Then prarabdha karma. I will come to this explanation later on. I'm just reading the textbook. Prarabdham karma kimiti chet. What is prarabdham karma? What is prarabdha karma? Idam shariram utpadya iha loke eva sukha dukkhadi pradam yat karma tat prarabdham bhogena nashtam bhavati prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshaya iti. What is the word to word meaning? Prarabdham karma kimiti chet. The student is asking kimiti chet. If I ask you what is prarabdha karma, so the answer given is idam shariram utpadya iha loki. After we are born, I mean this sharir, this body is born. What we do out of that body, this body is a fruit of action, is a result of fruit of action of our karmas, of the past karmas, past actions. So what are we doing with the body in this life? Iha loke. Iha loke means iha sharire. In this body, eva sukha dukkhadi pradam. It gives us sukha, it gives us dukha. Yat karma, tat prarabdham, that karma that has already started. Prarabdha means arabdham. Prakarshena arabdhan iti prarabdhan. It has well started. So that prarabdham, how does it destroy? How does it get exhausted? Bhogena nashtam bhavati. You cannot just overlook it and you cannot go ahead. Why? Because bhogena nashtam bhavati. You have to undergo those situations to exhaust those prarabdha karma. It is not easy to get over prarabdha karma easily. You have to undergo the sorrows, the joys, whatever it has brought to us, we have to undergo. Prarabdha karmana bhogad eva kshaya iti. This quotation is from somewhere. He's quoting this. So you can put it in inverted commas, this portion. Prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshaya. This prarabdha, how does it exhaust? It exhausts through prarabdha karma, through bhoga only. You have to undergo it. Okay, so now we have read the three types of karmas. Now we will come to description. How we'll try to analyze what are these three types of actions. So the question is, what is the prayojan? What is the purpose of our studying Vedanta? If you remember, when we started Tattwa Bodh, I had told you all that the purpose of studying Vedanta is Atyantik Dukkha Nivritti and Paramananda Prapti or Nirankusha Tripti. Our purpose only is what? To get the permanent joy and to get out of all the bondages. Atyantik Dukkha Nivritti. So, how to get that state? If we want to have that state, then we should know that what are the bondages. And when we are acting continuously, if we don't know the nuances, the complications of the actions, then we will be easily bound by those actions. So if we do not know, it is very simple. Like get a new machine in our house, a new instrument. It can be a washing machine, it can be a mixer, it can be anything, whatever, even a music player. If we do not know how it works, then we won't be able to take out the maximum benefit out of it. Maybe a portion we know, other things we don't know. Even I am telling you, even the mobile, we don't know how to operate fully. It has got so many applications in that. If we come to know about it, like recently, somebody taught me, recently means around 1 year, I learned how to make text, how to make from a photo, from a picture, from a text picture, how to convert it into text matter. It can be done easily. What are we doing? We type the messages, but it has got an application from where you can just, in matter of seconds, the whole picture can be translated into text, and you can edit it. That picture you cannot edit. But similarly, if we know the nuances or the complications of the actions, how what the result will be if we act like this, if we do not act like this, what are the bondages that we are making, how to come out of it. Whenever we are going into a building, there's an entry and there has to be an exit also. So, but we do not know the exit of the actions. We only know the entry of the actions. So these are the bondages. So actions, what does it do? Something it creates inside and something it creates outside. Actions act in two ways. If you ask me, what does it do inside? Inside, first and foremost, we have got desires. So when we have got desires, those desires will fructify into or result into some action. It will push us into some action. So we will start doing some action, and after we do the action, naturally the fruit of action will come. How does the fruit of action come? The fruit of action will come either in the form of a joy or in the form of sorrow. In Vedant, the enjoyer or the one who is sufferer, both are categorized under the vritti of bhog. Both are one only. So when we are talking through the perspective of Vedanta, we say that he is having bhog. He may be suffering or he may be enjoying. That's another matter completely. So first and foremost, he has got desire. From that desire comes actions, because he'll be propelled, pushed into action, because he won't be able to sit quietly. After he does action, naturally that there will be some fruit of action, there will be some fruit, there will be some result, either plus or minus. So that is considered either or enjoyment or suffering. And from that only the impression of that action will come again, and that is why he will act again. So from that enjoyment or the suffering, what comes out is again another impression, that is more and more stronger impression that gets into us in the mind, in the form of desire. It will increase more desire next time. So there is a loop. This is in a loop. It goes in cycle. Continuously we do something, we desire something, and then again we do action, again we do, the fruit of action comes, then we becomes enjoyer or sufferer, then again the impressions get more thicker, and then again this desire. So there's a cycle. This is never ending cycle. So this is what that action is creating inside us. Inside us, internally, there's a tendency to enjoy. Whenever we are getting some fruit of action, naturally, if the fruit of action is very good, I want to enjoy it more. I want to enjoy, the tendency to enjoy, and work increases after doing that. But initially it was not like that. But after the fruit came, I started enjoying, and I want to do more and more work. So this is increasing the vasanas. Impression means the vasanas. So the vasanas get increased. So even if you're not acting, desire will be there in the thoughts. What does that impression do? That impression is lying in the thoughts. Even if I'm sitting quietly, some or the other time it will get fructified and the situation will become like that, and I have to act again. But that impression is there because I have created that impression through that cycle. So the impression will be there, even if I'm sitting quietly, even if I'm thinking, the thought is also an action. The thought is also an action. We know, because you all have been hearing so much. You all know that this thought is also a kind of action, even when we are thinking. So this, when we start doing some action, we should ask, we should question ourselves, how long will this action continue? How long am I going to continue this action? Initially, we start wishing somebody on their birthdays, or we start calling somebody, start WhatsApping somebody, texting somebody, and then we do not know actually that we are going into that cycle. We cannot come out easily. Next year again we have to wish, again we have to. Now if I don't wish that person, I don't talk to that person, or I don't inquire about him, then he'll feel bad. Then that relation will go into a sour, it will become a sour relationship. So in this way, whenever I start some action, I should, as I'm talking to seekers, I'm not talking to people from the material world. Okay, so that is why my talking to you will be very different when I'm talking to the people outside. So whenever we are as a seeker, whenever we are doing some work, or whenever we are starting some work, the question should arise in our mind: how much more should I be doing this action? Should I continue this, or should I stop it here? Where will this action lead to? Because these are the bondages that we create. So whole life, otherwise we keep on doing actions, one after the other, one after the other. It has got no end to it. So be very, very careful. Don't create new chains for yourself when we are going into the world to act. So we are clearing actually what is happening. If we know the if we know the way the actions are done, or the nuances of that action, or the result of that action, what will happen? We can come out of that action. We won't be bound to those actions. Even when we are doing those actions, we will know that that side is the exit. I can come out of that. But instead of that, what do? We do not know. And instead of clearing the past, cleansing the past, we are again making more and more of the future. And we will be bound again. So we have got many habits, we have got many vasanas, we have got so many sanskars that has to be cleared from the past. So actually, through those karma, we have been given a choice to cleanse the past, to clear our past, and to move ahead actually. But if we know, only then we can go ahead, move like that. Otherwise, 99.99% times, what we do, we fail in those actions, and we create more bondages for our future. So actually, what is happening? We are fighting with the thoughts, fighting with our vasanas, fighting with our sanskars, rather than controlling it. Those have become so powerful. Those, and how does it become powerful? We know that by practice, by continuously practicing it over the years, over births, we have made those impressions so strong that now those thoughts are actually controlling me. I don't like this food. I don't like this food. I said I don't like this food. Then what happens? Then the desire to eat, or the desire to control the other person, or to make something other, I'll be ordering. I'll be doing some sin. I'll be, I'll try to come out of my whatever power has been given, and um, I'll cross my limits, to put it another way. So in this way, what is being done? I'm not clearing my background. I'm not clearing my past, but I'm creating more of my future. So we should actually make a habit of creating new habits. What is it? We can do jap. We can have a habit of jap. We can have the habit of puja. If I have to do some action, we should try to make some habits that will help me to come out of my older habits. Puja, upasana, I can read the scriptures, I can do satsang, I can do some seva. These are the habits that will help me come out of my older habits. We should go to some temple every week. One day in a week, one day we should try to go to some temple, visit some temple, or in our on our anniversaries, birthdays, or something like that. Whenever we want to celebrate something, we should go to some old age home, to some orphanages, something like that. You all must be doing all these, and these are called good habits that are going to cater to our bad habits that we have been forming through our earlier births. And what does it do externally? This was internal. Remember, internal also it works and externally also it works. Externally, what will it do? Externally, it will create a situation for me. And it will it will propel me, it will push me, it will force me to act. I cannot sit quietly. Either somebody will ask me, I will be forced by some other person to act. Who has created that? None other than myself. None other than I cannot blame anybody. It has been created. So these are the bindings of the actions that we should know. Hmm. We want they give those actions will give create opportunities outside. You can take it the other way around also. It will create opportunities outside. If we know how to come out of those habits, then we can use those opportunities to create more punya, to create better habits for the future. So it all depends upon us how we can use this if we only know the swarup or the nature of the action. We should know the nature of that action. See, death cannot be controlled. Death, when it has to come, it will come. Death cannot be controlled, but death can be made good or bad. That we have a choice how we make our death. Okay, so even if we go for suicide and all and commit suicide, then also the prarabdha that has already started. Suppose I have got a prarabdha of 100 years with this body and I commit suicide around 25 years. So in the next 75 years, I'll get a body of a pret and I have to undergo. You remember when we studied just now that bhogen prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshaya bhavati. So I have to undergo all those prarabdha karma to exhaust. So I won't have that physical body, but I'll get another body, subtle body, where I will where I'll experience all the sadness, sorrow, or joy, whatever I'm getting with the identified people around me. And through that great body, I have to exhaust the prarabdha karma. I cannot get out like that. If I know the karma philosophy, if I know earlier only the principles of karma, the nature of that karma, then my mind won't accept that I should commit suicide. Sorry, the bell is ringing. Okay. So I won't commit suicide because I know that even if I commit suicide, I have to undergo that prarabdha karma, what I have created in the past. So I have to undergo and I have to cross that. So in this way, the outside situation will come. So what is it? I want to take your attention to the word karma. So actually, here the question was raised, karmani katividhani santi. Actually, if you see, all these are phala only. The karma is nothing but the phal, the fruit of action. How does it come to us in the form of fruit? But it is not written here, phalani katividhani santi. I want to take your attention to the word karma. Karma and the word phala are synonymous. Because karma, we cannot see the karma, what karma we did in the past. that I'm getting such and such situation now in the present. How do I know? Through the fruit. So karma, either you call it karma, either you call it phala. So the karma actually is phala only. So the question here should have been phalani kati vidhani santi, isn't it? But the question here is, but they said what? Karmani kati vidhani santi iti chet. And the answer was given Agami Sanchit Prarabdha Vedena Trividhani Santi. They are of three types. Because actions are only appearing as fruits of actions. Fruits of actions are nothing but the actions only. Okay, so now I have taken this topic earlier also. If you remember, there's a difference. 1 minute, I'll just close this window. I had taken your attention to the difference between the Kriya and the Karma. If you remember, Kriya is something different and Karma is something different. So let us brush up. The Kriya, what is it called? The Kriya is something where the doer is not present. The doer is not present. It is involuntary actions where the action is going on. Like you eat and the digestion is going on. So the digestion is pachan kriya. It is not pachan karma. Okay. Our breathing is kriya. Shwasan karma. It is not shwasan karma. It is shwasan kriya. Because we do not have a doership in that. Okay. So when it is karma, it has got two things. What is it? It has to be done with a sense of doership, first and foremost. And when we are doing it with sense of doership, whenever the karta is present, then there has to be injunctions. Injunctions meaning that this has to be done or this does not have has to be done. Dharma. Karta. So what is the definition? Vidhi nishedh purvak, kartritva purvak, karma, kriya iti karma. Vidhi nishedh, it has got some injunctions, do's and don'ts. That this karma, if you are doing it, it should be done like that. If you are doing some seva, you cannot cross your limits. You have to be very polite. You have to be very humble. You cannot force somebody to do something. There is many injunctions in any action you do. If you are following some vrat, following some like Ekadashi vrat or Monday vrat. Okay, so what is happening at that time? That is a karma because there are some injunctions. So in this way, here also karma and kriya both are different. When we are doing any karma, it has got a doer plus vidhi nishedh purvakam. So vidhi nishedhatmak kartritva purvak kriya karma iti uchyate. I want you all to remember this definition. Next time I am going to ask you. So vidhi nishedh purvakam kartritva vidhi nishedhatmak karma kartritva purvak kriya iti karma. So when these voluntary actions are there, it does not have the element of papa and punya because the doer is not there. But as soon as the doer comes, it will be under the purview of punya and pap, sins and virtues, because it has a doer. So the fruit of action always comes to the doer. If the karta is not, and this is a very simple this is a simple principle. When there is in the jnani, because there is no karta in the jnani, I'm talking about him, because there is no karta, that is why what happens, he won't get any fruit of action. And this is the basic of karma yoga also. In the karma yoga also, we try to annihilate the doer. We try to submit, or we try to dissolve the doer by submitting it to some higher altar. So because the doer is not present, some higher doer is working through us. So the fruit of action that will come also go to that doer only. It won't come to me directly. So this is a very big principle. So we should remember this, that the kriya and the karma has this difference. Kriya is involuntary action. It does not have a doer. So that is why the injunctions are not applicable there. But when we are doing the karma, the doer is present with the injunctions, do's and don'ts, and that is why it has got it has got the fruit of action it will get, as in the situation outside and inside also. So when we look at this sanchit karma, we'll come to Sanchit Karma first. Okay. We'll park this Agami Karma for some time. Sanchit Karma, Ananta Koti Janmanam, Yat Karma Bij Bhutam, Yat Karma Jatam. So Karma Jatam means what? Which is fruit born from the actions only. I told you that the karma is nothing but the phalani only. So those karma, that is yat karma jatam, it is born from the fruits of action only. Fruits of action are born. And purvarjitam, when was it done? I was ignorant at that time. Purvarjitam, I was very, very ignorant. I didn't know the pros and cons of these actions. So purvarjitam. Purvarjitam. Tishtati. Tishtati means they are all waiting. They are रुका हुआ है. They are all waiting for the time, proper time to come. Then they will attack. Either attack or come soberly, whatever it is. It depends on the fruit of action, how it is. That's Sanchitam Gyayam. If that doer is submitted to the Lord, if that is a that karta has samarpit karta to the Lord, then that fruit won't be formed. I told you already that fruit won't be formed. Okay. If you want to, the time is only 5 minutes are left. If you want to prove the fruit of action, if you want to prove the fruit of action, then how does this fruit of action come? When did it start? See, we have already proved that there is nothing called first birth. I hope this theory, this principle is clear. That there is nothing called I had the first birth. I cannot find out when was I born the first time. We cannot prove it. And that is why this everything here, you'll find it in a circle. In a circle, everything is in a circle. And that proves that it is mithya. Okay, so Artha Prati Praman says that every effect should have a cause. This is simple, our Arthapatti Praman. So every effect, whatever we are seeing, and this life, this karma phal, everything is an effect. So it has to have a cause. So if I am getting this outside, if I'm getting a situation outside, it has to, if it does not have a cause, then this situation, the whole situation, everything will come out from nowhere. Now at present, I know that from an egg, a bird comes out. From a human being comes out. If we do not have a proper cause to some effect, then from anything can come out. We won't be able to go to the proper cause. And that is why here, one who has that knowledge out of it, that there is no doer or no enjoyer inside actually to experience what? That after that, fruit will come after that. There's no experience of no enjoyer. That we have to curtail. So everything here, you will find it in a circle only. Everything is going in round and round, round and round. If it is not like that, everything will become real. Okay, so here nothing is real. This is the proof. So like I just now explained how from desire fruit of we act, from action fruit of action comes, from fruit of action our desire again enjoyer or sufferer, again from that we get the impressions. Everything is in a circle. You cannot take out a single thing. When did the first desire come up? We don't know. We don't know. And we cannot pinpoint also, because if we pinpoint, it will become real. And it's not real. The doer is not real. Otherwise, it will never go. It will be fixed. You understand? So in this way here, everything is like this only. You cannot try to take out some cause behind something. What is the cause of my birth? All these questions must have been troubling you. When was I born first? There's no answer because it is mithya. It is appearing, but it is not there. And that is why we can annihilate through our knowledge, through our jnana. So in this way here, I think our time is over. Only 2 minutes are left. So there is one more thing called Akrit Abhyagam and Krita Pranash. Akrit Abhyagam. If you say that Akrit Abhyagam means I have not done something. Akrit Abhyagam. And then, but still I'm getting the fruit. See, the whole system here is very, very perfect. What if we cannot say that this fruit of action has come and I don't know from where it has come. See, both the ways. I don't know. So it has to have a cause behind it. So otherwise, nothing will come out from nothing. Everything can come out from nothing. There will be no cause, no effect properly made, no definite things. Anything can be made out of anything. So there will be no purpose. There will be chaos around. So akrit abhyagam means I have not done something and the fruit is coming. And krita pranash means I am doing something, I have done something good, but the fruit is not coming. So in this action, this thing, it is not like that. If we are doing something, then there will be a definite effect. If we are not doing something, then there will be a definite effect. Okay. So now here I end this. Again, we will see you tomorrow. Because this the period this is expired, the Zoom has expired. That is why we are keeping it to 40 minutes only. Again, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.